The NBA is among the best organizations in the country when it comes to opportunities for minorities. That's according to a report from the Institute for Diversity and Ethics in Sports. We are joined on the phone by the report's author, Dr. Richard Lapchick. And Doctor, the NBA received an A overall for the report, as well as an A+ in the category of race. When you're looking at categories, what categories did you focus on in this report?
Well, the one we didn't focus on that sometimes people think we is our focus is players. Obviously, in terms of players, that's not an issue. So we look at the NBA's league office and that give a lot of weight to that because we look at that as kind of the leadership position, the example that the league and Commissioner Stern set. Then on the team level, we look at head coach, assistant coach, general managers, CEO and president. We look at senior administrative positions, which are like vice presidents and managerial categories, and then all people who are professional employees of the individual teams.
Doctor, why did the NBA score so highly?
Well, the NBA has been persistently scoring highly since Commissioner Stern really took over. When he did, and I'm old enough to remember those days, a lot of people were saying that the NBA, meaning the players, were too black. And Commissioner Stearns, early on in his tenure, said, we're just going to put the best players on the floor, but we're also going to put the best people in the front offices and the league offices. And I think he's always set an example that we're going to go out and open the search wide and hire the best candidate, who may be a white man or maybe a person of color or a woman, but to get the best pool of candidates in there. And then that's, over the years, filtered down to the individual teams. The teams don't do as well as the league office, but they do well.
So what are the NBA doing, or what is the National Basketball Association doing that other leagues are not?
Well, I think they look at a broader range of positions when they open up the process on the individual teams. But I think they also have that kind of historical sense that's behind them. In Major League Baseball, Bud Selig had to put in a rule in 1999 that required the teams to interview a diverse pool of candidates for manager and general manager positions, and several years later the NFL implemented the Rooney Rule that essentially did the same thing. And both of those really worked in terms of changing those positions in those leagues, and both leagues have gotten a lot better, but the NBA did it and has done it over the years because I think that they felt it was the right policy. I think David Stern was among the early commissioners to recognize that diversity and inclusion were not only moral imperatives, but they were also good for the business of the league. And I think all sports now recognize that diversity is a business imperative, that if they want to market their teams and league product to the whole country, that there's a substantial percentage of people of color and women in the country who are fans, who want to see people who look like themselves in front offices.
He is the primary author of this report, Dr. Richard Lapchick. We appreciate the insight.
Thanks for having me.
You can read more about this story right here on ESPN.com, but with the latest ESPN headlines, I'm Jim Basquill.